All right. Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to day 2 of our online APE Practicum with Cal State Long Beach. Today we have a very exciting lesson for you guys. It is circus themed, so get ready to go to the circus. And just as a reminder, we are live at 10 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So without further ado, let's meet our student teachers and go to the circus.
All right, welcome everybody. Hello, my name is Candelario, Mr. Candelario, and we're gonna go over a lesson with a circus theme today. I'm so glad to be here and be able to help you guys in some movement. Let me set this desktop. Okay. All right. So once again, just want to welcome everybody. Welcome to Camp Nugget. My name is Mr. Candelario, and I'm going to be helping you to introduce some movements and just some movement for activities. Some of the items you might need, we're going to be doing a juggling lesson in a few minutes. So if you have 3 items to have, maybe a towel, a hat, um, socks, or even some paper, that would be great. You're also going to need, oh boy. Am I presenting? Yes. We're also going to be needing, so I just want to know how, if we're going to be needing some area, a nice area. Hello?
Candelario, maybe keep your camera off because I think it's a little glitchy with that.
Yeah, my screen is kind of going on and off right now. Okay, I'll turn it off. Let me share that again. All right, sorry, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, for the. All right, well, welcome. Start again. My name is Mr. Candelario, and I'm going to be taking you through a day at the circus, Camp Nugget Circus. Some of the things you're going to need is a small area so you can move around. I think the biggest areas we're going to do some sidestepping and some reaching. So you want to make sure you're not around any furniture that is going to maybe hurt you or cause you to fall and cause an injury. All right. Next item, I wanted to see how everybody's doing out there today. How are you feeling? Thumbs up for good, thumbs down if we're not so good, but we're going to work on it. It's all right. Hopefully we'll get in the right direction. All right, let's see. So we have a trapeze artist at the circus. We have a jumping tiger. We have a marching band and a strong man. Some of the things that we'll see in the circus and we're gonna work with in this presentation. So I want to introduce the moves with the marching band. In the marching band at the circus, we'll all be moving together in a group. And for that, I'd like to get started with moving in place. If you're seated, we can move our arms up, pumping your arms. If you're standing, we can go up with your knees and arms pumping as well. And we can start right now just to get some real quick training on it, just for a few seconds and begin. This is just to introduce the movements. You want to get moving, loosen those joints, move the knees, raise the knees. Hope everybody's feeling that nice warm feeling around of activity. And Time. Let's move on to the next image. We got the jumping tiger through the fire ring, the daring tiger. All right. On with the tiger, we're going to do a squat and a jump. If you are seated, we're just going to move our arms from side to side, from your thighs up to your shoulders. If we're standing, we're going to be squatting and moving up. At the top, you can jump, and we can begin the movement just to get the feel for this. So at the and begin. We squat, or we move in our arms. A couple seconds, and great job, everyone. Hopefully you guys are getting some movement in there with the legs and the arms. Okay, on our next image, it's going to be our strongman. The strongman lifts heavy weight, and he's the strongest of them all. But for our purpose, we're just going to move our biceps in a curl. And if you're seated, we're going to press our arms up. Okay, we'll begin the movement and begin. Just a few seconds to get familiarized with the movement. We're going to bicep curls out, inside and outside. If you're seated, we're pressing our arms up and then coming back down. Once again, we're just trying to familiarize ourselves with the movement. The diagram, I hope you guys remember, the diagram is going to show us what we're going to do next. And time. We're going to move on to our next movement. The trapeze artist, they like to swing. Wow, it's a really amazing people who can swing from one side to the other with such amazing heights. When you see the trapeze artist, we're going to sidestep and reach out. If you're seated, we're going to bend to the side and reach from one side to the other. And we'll go from left, sidestep left, reach with your right hand. Okay, and then we sidestep to the other side. We'll do both sides continuously. And begin. If you're seated, we can reach to one side and then reach to the other side. Great. Couple more seconds. Excellent move. I see some good form. Just trying to get the stretch. Good work. All right, time. Let's move on to our next movement. Okay, so every time we see our diagram, we'll see the marching band. We're supposed to be doing some marching, right? Because our marching diagram is, what does the marching band do? They march in a group. So we're gonna move it up a little bit. And let's try to set up the march. Time and go. So we see the diagram of the marching band. They're moving into the circus, making their entrance, making a good old sound. If you're seated, we're doing the arm pump. Good job, everyone. Keep those arms moving, keep the legs moving. Again, we want to just keep those joints loose. For our next image, time. For our next image, we're gonna have the tiger. Remember, our tiger is a squat. He's a daring tiger. He likes to jump through the fire ring. Scary tiger, but daring. If you're seated, we're gonna do our side swipe with the arms from left to right. Both arms swinging from left to right. And begin. All right. This is the squat with the tiger. Keep moving the squat, nice and easy at your pace. Good job, everyone. If you're seated, we're waving our arms from side to side at a slow pace. If you need to move quicker, that's fine. Keep that movement going. All right, and time, we're gonna go to the strongman. If we remember and recall, the strongman likes to move those biceps. All right, we're gonna extend our arms outward and feel that pump from your elbow to your shoulder, trying to touch your shoulders. There you go. If you're seated, we're pressing up. We're gonna push up with our arms. You can go fast or slow at your pace. All right. Just trying to get the blood going. Excellent work. We're gonna slowly be picking up pace, so just keep moving. All right. Bicep curls and the press. And time. Great work. I've seen some good movement out there. For our next image is our swinging trapeze artist. Remember, they like to sidestep and reach out. If you're sitting, we're just gonna reach and sit, reach from side to side, left or right, with your hands extended out. Great work. I see that. Can see some people moving. Great work. Nice form. Okay, we're gonna move a little bit faster. I hope you guys remember the marching band. You guys remember what they do? And go. March. If you're seated, remember, we're pumping our arms. Now we're moving a little bit faster. Great. Stay focused. We're in it. We're in it to win it. Remember our tiger, our jumping tiger. We squat. If you're seated, we're waving our arms side to side. Keep moving. If you gotta move up a little faster, that's great, that's fine. And on our next image, the strongman, he likes to move those biceps, remember. Move those biceps. If you're seated, we're gonna push up with our arms. Press up, like we're pushing the ceiling. Yes. Excellent work, Johnny. Good job, Maria. There we go. Move those arms. All right, on to our next image, the swinging trapeze artist. We're gonna reach out, sidestep and reach, sidestep and reach. For our seated friends, we are bending from side to side, reaching out with your arms. Get that movement. There we are. And time. Relax. This image is new. We have a magician setting up. We're gonna relax, keep our arms moving, just shoulder rotation. Okay. How's everybody feeling now? Everybody good? We're getting warmed up. For our next movement or our next act, I have my friend Rocco who's gonna introduce us to our next magical activity. Our magician here is Rocco, who's gonna lead you on our next lesson. Is everybody feeling good?
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time to juggle. As Mr. Candelario said before, you need 3 juggling devices, anything that you can fit in your hand that is easily catchable and something that you can throw, preferably 3, but we need at least 2. So let me see your items. Students and teachers, everybody's going to be participating. Perfect. Oh, wow, I see some interesting items. All right, first thing that we need to know is this is a very difficult activity, especially online. I have taught hundreds of kids how to juggle in real life. It is a very difficult activity in real life, let alone on a screen. So we're gonna go step by step. Do not be discouraged. It is not something that you're going to learn in the next 10 or 15 minutes, but if you put your mind to it and you have some effort and you work hard at it, in a couple of days, you will be juggling. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab one of our items. Like I said before, make sure it's something that you can catch easily, okay? If you don't think it'll be that good, you can even use something like a tissue. That way you have more reaction time. Okay, I'm using a koosh ball and I also have a hacky sack. You're gonna start in your dominant hand. Your dominant hand is the hand that you write with, the hand that you feel more comfortable with, okay? Put my screen down a little bit. Your arms are going to be at a 90-degree angle. If I were to turn sideways, you would see me. I would look like this. Your palms are going to be facing up, okay? First activity, very easy. All you're going to do is you're going to catch and release as quickly as you can with your dominant hand. Now, we don't want to hit it, okay, like this with the palm. We want to catch and release. You're going to need this skill later. Catch and release. Now, the higher you go, the more reaction time you have. But the lower you go, the less reaction time you have. Now, who can think, and I'll answer this question for you, who can think about the advantages and disadvantages of both? Okay, let's talk about when we're going higher first. Higher, you have more reaction time, but it's harder to be more accurate. You have to throw it a little bit better. If you're lower, you have less reaction time, but it's easier to throw it and catch it. Okay, so after we feel comfortable with that dominant hand, you're gonna move that item over to your non-dominant hand. For me, it's my left hand. If I put my fingers out, that left hand makes an L. Easy way to remember. We're gonna go 20 to 30 times as fast as we can, catch and release with that non-dominant hand. Remember, we're not hitting it, we're catching and releasing, using those fingertips if possible. Hands are still facing up. I see some people trying to grab at it with their palms facing down. You're definitely going to have your palm facing up. And remember, like we said before, the higher you throw, the more reaction time you have, but it's more difficult to throw it accurately. And the lower you throw, the less reaction time you have, but it's easier to throw it accurately. All right, everybody looks good on that one, okay? Now we're going to do our next step, step 3. You're going to put your hand, your juggling device in either hand, and all we're going to be doing is practicing the transfer. Later on step 7, when we're actually juggling, this is going to be a vital part, probably the most important part, being able to throw it and catch it quickly and accurately. Try to put your hand out and throw the ball exactly where your hand is. I see some of you throwing and you're missing your target. So you're gonna wanna go back and forth. And again, practice low, back and forth, and higher. Back and forth. For most of us, we're going to be better with our right to left. So you definitely want to practice that left to right. Obviously, if you're left-handed, it's going to be opposite. All right, this is when it starts getting tougher. Grab 2 items. One in your dominant, one in your non-dominant. Okay, and all we're going to be doing is throwing it. 2 objects, same height. Try to keep those objects at the same height. When you throw them low, you have less time to react, but it's easier to be accurate. And now you'll really see that when you throw them higher, it is very difficult at first to keep them accurately straight and back to your hands. So that is probably more difficult to throw them higher, but we want to practice both. Okay, let's see how everybody's doing. Sierra, great job. Alan, looks good. Gio, you're a pro. Great job, Kendra. Good job, Melina. Professor Otone, you're awesome. Michaela, great job. Remember, if you're going low and you're having success, you're gonna wanna go mid-level. And then once you're good at mid-level, you're gonna go pretty high, above your head. Okay, great job. All right, next one. Okay, now we're going to go 2 objects, but instead of the same height, we're gonna go different heights. So juggling is an amazing activity, especially for kids, because it allows you to use your left side of your brain and your right side of your brain in conjunction. Both sides of your brain are working together, especially on activities like this. Okay, so one's gonna hit its summit or its peak or its highest point, and right when that one hits its peak or its highest point, you're gonna throw the other one. So it's going to be corresponding back and forth. When one's high, one's gonna be low, and vice versa. Try to get comfortable with that. Let's see how everybody's doing. Good job, Anita. Great job, Carlos. I love how your hands are, palms are facing the ceiling. Good job, Dennis. Some of you are sitting, some of you are standing. It might be easier to try both. For me, I'm able to do it now sitting because I've done it for a while, but at first I definitely needed to stand. All right, if you can hear me, stomp once. If you can hear me, stomp twice. All right, now that I have everybody's attention, we'll go. This is what my students like to call fake juggling. So you're going to have 2 objects in both of your hands. Your dominant hand, for me, my dominant hand, you may prefer to do it differently. My dominant hand is going to go up and my non-dominant hand is going to go over, and it's just gonna look like this. It's gonna be a pattern that's very easy once I get it going. Okay, so one's going up and one's going over. You're transferring that bottom object to your opposite hand and the top object is going higher. And again, this is what the little kids think looks like juggling, but it's actually not. If you've gotten pretty good at that, you can go the other way. It's kind of like that game where you tap your head and rub your belly. I can go one way, but I'm not that good going the opposite way. Some of you may find that you're the same. Okay, it looks great. Everybody looks like they're progressing, getting closer to juggling. Good job, Kelly. Great job, Anthony. Stick with it. We're gonna drop them a lot of times before we're successful. Good job, Candelario. Akiko, I see you. Great job. Good job, Michaela. Great job, Professor Atone. Good job, Melina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is when we separate the jugglers from the non-jugglers. This is how you're going to get your job at the circus, okay? We did our fake juggling. Hopefully everybody had a chance to do it the opposite way. Now we're going to grab 3 items. I do not expect you to be able to do this. You are going to fail, but that's okay, because as we know, failure leads to success. You cannot succeed unless you failed at things before. And for most things, if it's worth accomplishing, it's going to take some failures to get there. You're going to have 2 objects in your dominant hand. I like to keep one on my fingertips and one in my palm. The other object is going to be in your non-dominant hand. Okay, I have a red ball, a blue one, and a black one. So I'm going to go red first. Okay, my dominant hand, the one in my fingertips, I'm just going to practice that. So practice that now, just to get the swing of having 3 in your hand at the same time. Dominant to non-dominant. And then when you feel comfortable with that step, if you want to look at the screen, right when this first one gets to its summit or its peak or its highest point, which should be about your eye level or your head level, you're going to throw the non-dominant object, the second object. So it's going to look like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, back and forth, just like that transfer we practiced on step 4. So practice that, see if you can get comfortable with that. Back and forth. Looks like some of you are doing great. Great job, Carlos. Carlos is there. Gio, you're there. Great job, Kendra. So back and forth, 1 and 2. All right, now if you can do this next step, you are officially a juggler. So we're gonna put those back in our hands. We're gonna get ready. We have one object in our dominant hand on our fingertips, and the other one's in our palm. The next one's in our non-dominant hand. And all it's going to be is 1, 2, 3. Looks easy, but it is not. 1, 2, 3, and catch. As you're throwing that first one, you're getting ready to throw the non-dominant one. And as you're doing that, as difficult as it sounds, you're transferring the one in your palm to your fingertips. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and you juggle. And then once you get good, you can just continue that pattern and you will be an official circus juggler. So let's try that again for those of you that missed. 2 in your dominant. Remember, the screen is opposite. Okay? 2 in your dominant, 1 in your non-dominant. You're gonna go 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2.
We can't hear you, Gio. Maybe try the arrow at the top of the mic and then make sure that it says built-in microphone is on.
Does that work now? No?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So now that we've done the juggling activity, we're just gonna cool it down a little bit. We're gonna relax a little bit. We're gonna do some circus yoga, okay? So let's get this started. Okay, so once again, I'm Mr. Gio. So we're gonna be doing this circus yoga activity as a cool down, okay? So you're gonna need some, like we started at the beginning, we're gonna need some room. If you have a yoga mat, that'd be great. If not, just a soft surface, okay? So for this activity, I'm gonna need you guys to relax, okay? So we're relaxing, we're cooling down. We're gonna make sure we're breathing, okay? We're breathing in and out. In through your nose, out through your mouth, okay? And then if you guys want, you can even close your eyes while we're doing these yoga activities, okay? So you could close your eyes and visualize yourself doing these acts, okay? So the first one we're gonna have is a tightrope pose. As you can see, we're gonna have two options. We're gonna either have our hands out while we're sitting, or you could balance yourself on one foot with the hands out, okay? We're gonna do this for 30 seconds, okay? Ready? Begin. Great job. If it's too hard for you to balance on one foot, you can put one foot in front of the other and just have your hands out, okay? And if you think it's too easy while you're standing on your foot, you can close your eyes, okay, everybody? Relax. Great. So that was a tightrope pose, everybody. We're gonna move on to the next one, okay? This is gonna be the tent pose, okay? So we're gonna create a big tent where the circus takes place, okay? So first up, we're gonna put our hands up, put them together, like the top of the tent. We're gonna squat down a little bit, okay? We're gonna hold that pose. If you're sitting down, all you need to do is put your hands up like a tent, okay? Let's do that for 30 seconds. There you go, hands up like a tent, okay? You're creating that big tent, okay? You can squat down, close your eyes, relax, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Great. If this is easy for you, you can even balance on one foot, okay? Great. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice. We're gonna move on to the next one, everybody. This is gonna be the trapeze pose, okay? So for this one, we're gonna squat down. We're gonna hold our arms out at an angle as if we're trapeze artists, okay? We're gonna grab onto that rope and we're gonna let go and then catch ourselves again, okay? We're gonna do that for 30 seconds. If you're sitting down, it's the same pose with your arms out, okay? Great. Like I said, you guys can close your eyes, relax, breathe in, and breathe out. Imagine yourselves gliding as a trapeze artist, okay, everybody? Great. I like everybody's pose there. Great job, Michaela. Let me see who else I see. Melina, great job there. Hold it for a few more seconds. Nice. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one, everybody. This is gonna be the lion pose, okay? For this one, you're just gonna sit on the ground. You're gonna bend your legs, sit on your bottoms, and just hold your arms on your knees, okay? You're just gonna put your arms on your knees, okay? Arms on your knees, head facing straight, and relax, okay? If you're sitting, all you need to do is put your hands on your lap, okay? Just like a big lion after a great act, okay? Remember to breathe in and breathe out, okay? Relax. Okay. Great. Great job. We're almost there. Just a few more seconds. Nice. Great job, everybody. Okay, next one is a CEO pose. Since we're on the ground already, all we're gonna do is lay on our bellies, okay? You're gonna lay on your bellies and lift your head up, okay? If you're sitting, all you need to do is lean back, okay? Lean back. Okay, we're gonna do this for 30 seconds. Ready? Go. If you're on the ground and if you feel some tension, you can relax for a bit and then do it once again, okay, everybody? Great. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Great. Okay, everybody. Okay, so some check for understanding questions. The tightrope pose. Is it the first image, A, or the second image, B? Do you guys remember?
B.
B, correct. Yes, it's B, okay? Nice. I'm glad people are paying attention and learning about the different poses. Okay, before we finish off this great lesson, I want to check in with you guys. Are you guys feeling good, so, or down? Hopefully I see a lot of thumbs up. Let me see. Yes, I see a lot of thumbs up, and that's what we want, okay? Okay, everybody. Well, thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you guys enjoyed this great circus lesson, okay? Have fun and stay safe.
All right, what a fun day at the circus. We learned some new tricks, such as juggling. We did a warm-up with the whole gang, or the whole crew, and then we also had a nice cool down. Thank you so much for joining again. We will be here live at 10 a.m. at Long Beach State APE, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday until July 18th. So thanks for joining, everyone.